just 30 minutes north of our Airbnb in the town of Elero. We come to the town of Pollença. And right now, I'm gonna take you guys to probably one of the most famous sites in Pollença. We are currently walking up 365 steps to reach the Cavalry Chapel here in Pollença. And this is probably, like I previously stated, one of the most famous sites here. There's 365 steps to represent each day of the year. Look at this beautiful view. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a rural town situated in between the mountains of the Serra de Tramuntana, directly smack dab in the middle. And when we were driving here, the only thing I could think of is, at the time of constructing this town, these guys had to go through mountain passes like you see there, mountain passes and tops like you see here. And if you can see at the top of that one, there is a small little structure up there. Not sure I will visit that structure because in today's video, I will be showing you this church. I will be showing you a famous bridge built by the Romans in the year 123 BC. And I will also be holding in one surprise for you guys that will give you immaculate views of this island. We have a sleeping dog here. He's just chilling, hanging out. Oh, the town of Pollença has been very, very well preserved. According to what I read, one of the most preserved towns here in Spain. And the population is around 17,000 people, which isn't much. It's a small town. And from what I've read, actually, most of the people in this town are locals to Mallorca, and they come here to get away from the tourists, which I thought that was quite interesting because who wouldn't want to come see a place like this and also on a nice hot day walk up 365 steps? Isn't that right, Ness?
Yeah.
Right now, she's currently dying. We literally did probably 50 miles in like 4 days. We've just been walking. This is the sight you will be greeted with as you are walking up these stairs. Apparently, it's a sight to see from the top. Is it nice looking down?
Yeah.
Nice? Okay. We got confirmation. I'll tell you right now, guys, I'm a little winded, but we have motivation. Hola. So this town, actually, Pollença, was built originally, the foundation, by the Moors. And it seems like the Moors and a bunch of other people tried to conquer this island, but the only successful ones were the Moors, and then came King James with the help of the Knights Templar, which was a big army. He actually conquered this area with about 15,000 foot soldiers and 1,500 horsemen, which is pretty incredible. There were many armies to come after trying to take over this area, but they failed. As you can see, everything here is growing green, lush. I honestly couldn't imagine being one of the people years ago stacking each one of these rocks. We have Ness taking a break right now. And yeah, this place is just truly amazing. I can tell you right now that when I was growing up and I used to do work for my grandparents, we had a stone wall just like this in their yard. Not too big, but it was enough to make me not want to ever do it again. So that's my view down. Truly, that is amazing. You guys, I'm very impressed with Spain. I'll tell you that much. Besides the driving situation, if you come here, props to you. If you can drive on these streets, props to you. I also like seeing the big cactuses around here. Very nice. So we'll continue our walk up. And also, I feel good because it's so funny when I was reading about this place, they said that, you know, the islanders, like the locals to the island of Mallorca, they come here to get away from the tourist. But I was like, you know, this place is so nice. Like, I'm surprised there's not more tourists here. You understand? But also we did get here at like 9 in the morning, 9:15. We have an alleyway situated in between and cars parked just like this on the side of the road. You know, last night we had a little bit of trouble finding parking at our Airbnb, but we ended up successful. I noticed they don't really care to tow cars as well. You guys, were almost at the top. This church dates back to the 13th, 14th century. That was so long ago. And for me to be able to see these sites and be here, I feel extremely privileged. I think I've already mentioned this down there, but King James conquered this island of Mallorca, took over Pollença from the Moors, and he gifted it to the Knights Templar. At the end of your 365 steps, you will be greeted with this amazing view of the Cavalry Church. I want you guys to just take this in. Look at the doors, the stonework, and think. This was built a long, long time ago. I want to take you guys inside. You can see there's different symbols on the door. Also, I think in the year of June, they hold a very, very special festival here, and they reenact the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Wonderful sight. It looks like on the side over here you also have a little store. You might be able to buy fresh, oh yeah, you can buy fresh orange juice, some snacks. We actually got some water on the way down, and this town is excellent. There's cafes, restaurants, not at tourist prices either, local prices. We're gonna continue down now, and I want to take you guys to a site that I seen on the Discovery Channel, National Geographic. Never thought that I would be there, but that's where I'm heading to next, and I'll take you with me. Well, here we are, almost at Port Roma, and since I can't speak Spanish, I have my translator here with me to tell you about this next segment of the video. Ness, you're the YouTuber for the day. Tell us.
So this sign's in Catalan, but based on what I could interpret, it looks like this fountain was built in 1813 and carved out of a rock that some man named Sebastián Vives found in Santani, which we were in yesterday.
Yes, that's where the beach was.
And it was carved into the shape of, so that the water would come out of the mouth of a lion. And it was the first fountain in Pollença.
So the first fountain in Pollença. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. I've just stumbled across it. If you're wondering how the Tuscans influenced the Romans, well, this may be one example. Port Roma Bridge here in Pollença, Mallorca. So way before the Cavalry Church in 123 BC were the Romans, and they had been building bridges for 2,000 years. And this is one example of their magnificent work. Out of the 13 infamous and most famous bridges in Spain, this might be the most photographed and popular one. And I will tell you, it is unsuspecting. It's in a place where I'm not really sure how to describe it. We have a parking lot over here, and we just walked down from the city center, which is quite modern. But it seems this part right here is what's left of the 13th, 14th, 15th century. Water used to run through here, and I'm not actually sure if this is considered an aqueduct or not, which was an elaborate hydraulic system that the Romans learned from the Tuscans. And again, you guys, I'm going to take you over this bridge. I just don't understand. I can't fathom how back then they were knowledgeable enough to realize they needed to make a hydraulic system. And if you're not sure, an aqueduct, what it does is water will come down the stream, and underneath the bridge there will be like a sinkhole that goes down, and somehow on the other side it flattens back out, and the water flows through the bottom and continues downstream to give water to the city or the people living along this waterway. To me, that's very interesting. I've read things online of people saying that there was water here when they came. I'm not sure what season that is, but right now,
yeah, there's like a ladder over there.
There's a ladder over there. I wonder if we can go down. Right now, absolutely dried up. But I will say this is a sight to see. I've read reviews. People were saying it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But to me, right now, this is all about perspective. I cannot believe that I'm seeing something from the 13th century. To me, that's just absolutely crazy. And it is worth it. As you can see, the brickwork over here still looks original for the most part. People throwing bags of poop down there. Unbelievable. But here's some quick history. And I just visited my third UNESCO World Heritage Site, Port Roma, Roman Bridge. Now, this leads me into my next point. after the Romans came King James and the Knights Templar. After King James and his men fled the island, some of the knights stayed, and a lot of armies would come by ship trying to attack this island. And there was only one way that they can be alerted or to see if vandals were coming. And right now, I'm going to take you and show you how they sounded the alarm, so you can say, to let their men know that the vandals were coming and it's time to prepare for war. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is basically how they get around the, I guess so far from my experience, almost all of Spain in these tight little roadways right here, as I've explained to you in the last video about our horrible driving experience. Also, I know you guys might have seen the cyclists in the first clip. Mallorca, this island, is actually known for having some of the most prestigious cycling, I don't even know what you call those.
Like trails? Or?
No.
Oh. Cyclists?
Yeah, like cycling, like, you know, like Tour de France, things like that. But Mallorca is one of the places where cyclists like that come and train. We've seen them numerous times since we got off the plane, since we left the airport, just riding around. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Plus, oh man, if I couldn't imagine cycling, you know, through here. The hills are crazy, terrain is wild, it's extremely hard. So much props, much respect. As you can see, we got a vehicle coming down this way, and basically this is what you'd have to do. Get off to the side. I'm sure here there's a rule or law that it's like the driver's right away or something like that, but I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the Church of the Angels. We walked on the outskirts of it when we were walking up to the Cavalry church, and I just didn't expect to walk by the front of it or it to look like that on the inside. I only saw pictures of the outside. I have no facts, but the new YouTuber of the day has the facts for us. Can you
Yes.
tell us something, Ness?
Apparently, it was erected in 1236 during the Islamic era, but 4 years later it was handed over to the Knights Templar, and then marked like the point of Pollença growing into like one of the biggest villas of Mallorca.
So it seems to be after King James handed over Pollença, or gifted Pollença to the Knights Templar, they actually made this place very prosperous. You know, they kept building buildings, and also they were cultivating a lot of plants and things of that sort. So with that, we will continue. Right now we are heading to the car. I didn't expect to see that, like I said, so we're heading to the car, and I will take you to our next location. Whenever you don't want to work, or you think, gosh, I'm lazy, just know the Romans had to trek up something similar to this to make it to their watchtower. This is a 2.5 kilometer trek from the parking lot, which is right over there, if you can see that in the camera. It's about a 32 minute hike, but the views are amazing. And it's like I said, you know, a couple clips ago earlier today, could you imagine building such structures on tops like this? I'm sure maybe the rocks were already here for them, obviously, to build. Like, there's rocks everywhere. But could you just imagine walking up that? And mind you, we drove 15 minutes from our last location where you saw in the last clip from the Church of the Angels. We drove 20 minutes, parked, and now we're walking. And these guys, you know, probably had to walk the whole thing, or obviously had horses, some form of transportation, more than likely obviously by animal though. You may stumble across random goats while walking up to the famous Watchtower. I won't lie, this walk has been a little crucial. You can most definitely drive to the top. You just be aware the streets are small, but you can definitely drive to the top. From what I read, it wasn't smart to drive to the top, but after walking 2.5 kilometers, you're okay. These are the views you will be greeted with. We are in the clouds right now, and this is what I've come to show you guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our next stop right here at the Watchtower. 380 meters high, overlooking the Mediterranean. You are able to see the bays of Pollença. You are able to see the Cape of Formentor. And this lookout tower was used and built in the 16th century to alert the home team of the invaders arriving. And I can tell you right now, the work that they had to do to build this was probably insane. We just took a 2.5 kilometer trek from down there where the buses are, the parking lot. We zigzagged and we made it over here. Ness, how are you feeling?
Amazing.
Yes, we had
So
to
worth it.
crawl up here. There's 2 step wells that you have to come up when visiting the Watchtower. One of them is right there. And ladies and gents, this is one of 4 watchtowers on the island of Mallorca. Again, this was an island that was always being attacked by pirates, so they used vantage points like this to alert for boats. As you can see, we have a boat out here, so imagine on a clear day, you have ships coming in, you sound the alarm, you can have your troops ready on the bays or down here in a staging area before the enemy even arrives. Wonderful views. Right now we are in the clouds, literally. It was about a 32-minute walk up here. It wasn't bad at all. It was a gradual incline. Not bad at all. I can't believe I made it here. I've been watching videos about this for like the past 2 months, just like I have everything else. And now I'm finally here. Awesome. Today we saw the Cavalry Church. We saw the Church of the Angels. We saw Port Roma, the bridge. And now we are here at the Watchtower, famous Watchtower of Pollença. Wow, this is truly incredible. Ness, how are your feet doing after 5 days in Spain, and probably about now 65 miles, 70 miles? How do you feel?
They're a little rough.
Where are we going next?
Worth it.
Where are we going next?
The beach.
Yes, beach day. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys there, and we're gonna have to cut the video after that because it's time for me to enjoy my day. It's around 1300, which is 1 o'clock. Probably go get some food and maybe go down to the beach. Look at that water, guys. Turquoise blue. It might look like something from, I don't know, the Caribbean, but it's not. We in Spain. All right, we're heading down. Check this out. Here, Ness, get me.
I wish I could like call
Hold, keep it there.
I got it.
All right. And this is how you will get down. Always have 3 points of contact on these ladders. This is like some iron work right here. Whew. Okay, I'll take you guys with me. Here I am, people. We've made it to the beach. As opposed to earlier, you might have seen me somewhere up there in those mountains. We took an 8-minute drive down another, yet again, windy road. And right now we're just gonna go look for a spot. It's really not that crowded as like we thought it would be. So that's pretty good. But even still, it's a nice day. Said there was gonna be some T-storms in the near future, but that doesn't look likely.
No, that weather app does not know what it's talking about.
Yeah, at all. So that's why it's best to be outside. But we come from a tropical place too, like Miami, so we know that, you know, we know that you can't trust the apps and the weather. But look at this beautiful day. Again, beautiful people. Water, crystal clear. I wouldn't say so much white sands, but nice sands. I think we might continue our way down here and try to head somewhere at the end of the beach over here. But yeah, you guys, is this paradise? I'm not sure. Would you consider this paradise? I don't know. How's it going? Good. So we're gonna continue our walk. Some people just don't want to be on camera, which is understandable, walking around with a GoPro. You know how many people are like, what's this guy doing? What's this black guy doing? Seriously. But it's whatever. They I guess they don't see the vision. They can't stop the grind. Your boy's on it. They're not. They're just wasting their time. Is he about to become an MC? Nah, chill. What is this, a cactus? Cacti?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's...
Aloe or something like
Oh yeah, this might be a... If this is an aloe plant, my God. You have a nice little restaurant over here on the beach. Super nice. I might end up ending the video over here after I take that greatest dip in the water. I'm sure right here you can rent out your umbrellas and whatnot. We actually had to pay for parking, but like max is like 18 euros, which whatever. You got to pay for certain stuff. But right now I'm actually going to turn the camera off. We're going to head down to the beach and I'll check back in with you guys once we set up and whatnot. I'm going to set this right here. So basically, last night we met a guy at the restaurant and I'm thinking right now the reason why there's not that many people around here is because he told us high season over here was after like June 28th, I think it was. So I think we came at the perfect time. We got here June 6th, and obviously right now it's like June, I don't know, 12th, I think it is, yeah. So we found a prime location right here. Not really anyone over here, and we came in over here from the lifeguard hut. So basically, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in that water and we're gonna check out from here. We're gonna check out from the beautiful Formento beach.